Alright, doing this video because somebody asked me to. This is my DO DPS build. Uh, so when I run group content now and I get to be DO, this is what I run. I don't run my DO support anymore. I went on ahead and got enough resources to actually be supplemental DPS. Now keep in mind, I don't lose anything on dropping buffs, hollowed ground, all that stuff. It stays up, 100% uptime with this setup. I don't have all my enchantments and stuff in. My rings that I've been using have been a Shadow Stalker 4 and a Shadow Stalker 5.
What's going on, Liquid?
Currently making a video.
I got you.
So give me a minute or two if you would.
Yeah, you're good, man. I'll back out.
So basically what I did here, if you look at the feats, it's pretty self-explanatory. Alright. I still took some healing action. I took repurposed soul since I'm at crit cap. It's pretty good, especially with like Doom and stuff. It's a nice little added effect. I don't run heals directly. The only heal that this build does is the after effect of Doom. That's it. I guess you could run a heal if you have to. I don't. That's not the purpose behind this build for me. It's all full righteous points and nothing else. With the recent changes they did with DO, I dropped Weapons of Light because it no longer stacks, so I don't have to worry about trying to power share it all. Everything else is pretty much self-explanatory with this setup. Still running human, obviously, because I think I'm not going to change a race just for one loadout. I'm running the Beaded Amulet instead of running a Feigned Neck for the extra crit. Still running the Beaded Sash. I'm running upper primal paints and lower paints. I'm running the primal weapons. For my offhand, I took Terrifying Insight for the extra crit stuff. You could take something else if you wanted to. You could even take Hastening Light if you wanted, but you're going to have to use that in the class feat, so I'm not using that in my class feat. So that's another reason why I took Terrifying Insight. I took Combat Advantage bonus damage. My Combat Advantage bonus is really high, because I'm trying to do supplemental deeps. The helmet, I'm still running the guys of the Wolf Clan, because I hit crit cap, I hit my armor pin, resistance ignored that I need to, so I stuck with the Wolf Clan. This Rex chest is what I was using on my ACDC when it was best in slot. I just simply put it over to my DO DPS. It's a good fit. Gloves, I'm still wearing Vivified Primal. Even though I'm not worried about power sharing, but it's still giving me a power buff for myself. You could run with something else, like maybe, I think it's Jaw Rippers for encounter powers, or Fearbringers if you wanted to. I'm not too worried about it. Like I said, I'm using the gear that I already had, so I didn't have to put a lot of resources in anything else. I guess you could kind of say this is a budget DO DPS. Boots, I'm running Vivified Primal. My artifacts are basically stuff that I picked up. Like I had the Tiamat's Orb from way back in the day when I was a young ACDC. Lantern, because that was the first artifact that I picked in the game. So that's the reason why that's there. And then Tham, Book of the Dead for an action point gain. That's combat advantage bonus, pretty good in action point gain. I wanted to make sure that my action point gain was 1200. But obviously, as you can tell, I'm way over capped. Sloppy. Up artifact is Heart of the Black Dragon. Alright? I don't don't want to use anything else other than Hearted Black Dragon, just so I can never hit mobs with it and keep up Artificer's Persuasion. That's key for me. The dailies I use, if I'm out doing like weeklies or stuff like that, I run Hollow Ground and I'll run Flame Strike. If I'm doing group content, like I'm doing Kaji, I drop Flame Strike and I run Divine Armor. With this setup here, I'm able to keep Hollow Ground up 100% time easily with the halfway decent AC. For all of my offensive enchantments, 100% Black Ice, rank 14s. Defense, I'm running some hotspot stuff. I got like Azures and some. I think I got some random stuff in here too, or maybe they're all Azures. See, I'm still keeping Black Ice in this because I run this belt on my ACDC. That's why that's in there. I try to run Darks for my utilities. Alright. My equip power, I'm running a Leg Snail to help maintain my dailies out. Since I'm crit capped, armor pin capped, I don't need any other stats. I could run 4K power, but I'd rather run the Snail. The Snail makes life a lot easier with this setup. For combat power, I'm running the T-Rex. Sometimes I run a Lion. It just depends on what's going on. My stable, I'm still running Assassin's Covenant, even though I don't need it, but I'm too lazy to change it. So I just carried over basically my ACDC stable setup and just carried it over my DO DPS. Like I said, lazy. I might have actually swapped out some of these insignias though. But I got a bunch of dominance, I got masteries in here, I got some skills. So I got a good chunk of recovery with this setup. For powers, if I'm doing my dailies, I don't run BTS. Okay, I run Forge Master, Doom, and Daunting Light. That's it. That's all I run. My at wills, Lance of Faith, and Brand of the Sun. Some people don't like to run Doom for whatever reason. I like it because if you read it and you kill the enemy before Doom runs out, you'll get a good chunk of AP back, and that's really really good. So like in Kaji, when if you're in a really good group and trash mobs die within like 2 to 3 seconds, usually what I'll do is I'll just hit Doom like the very first encounter if I need AP, right? And it's going to die in like a second or two. You got to be really, really quick to cast Doom in a good party. So it's going to take some time if you're not comfortable with it. Daunting Light, obviously the reason I'm running Daunting Light is because how hard it hits. Some people have a hard time hitting stuff with it. It takes practice. You just got to get good with it. You could run chains, but like I said, if you look at Daunting Light and Change, the big difference there. You're looking at like 20k radiant damage difference right there. Okay, that's like half of another chain. So at first I wasn't good with Daunting Light. Like I said, it takes practice. For my class feats to obviously Terrifying Insight, I run Divine Fortune. You could run Holy Fervor, I guess, if you're still lacking the recovery to keep your dailies and stuff cranked out. I don't need it. I'm trying to get my Divine Power up so I can do more damage. So that's the reasoning behind that. My boons. These are the guild boons. I run Lifesteal. If I'm in a dungeon, obviously Res Sickness. These are Sharandar. Dread Ring. I Icewind Dale, Underdark, Journey of Dragons, Maze Engine. Since I'm crit cap, I don't really need Baphomet's Might. I've been thinking about putting Displaced Fate on there. I just haven't done it yet. But if you still need crit, take Baphomet's Might. Elemental Evil, Storm King's Thunder, Cloak Ascendancy, and then Shoal. I was thinking about doing a split and doing one jungle and one Death's Blessing, but I just said screw it, one with 2 into Death's Blessing. I took regen for the extra hit points, and when I do get healed, get a little extra from that, and then of course I took power. Now I was thinking about possibly taking deflected defense, but I just went with the regen. For companions, I'm running the Tiger Summoned, Aranese, Siege, Earth, Air. I'd like to get rid of Aranese, but I just don't have anything else other vital. If I'm running with some of my guys, I'll run the Raptor, and I'll drop the Aranese. So that sometimes happens, but if I'm puggy, I don't know if people run Raptors, and you try to ask people, some people don't even respond to you. So that's why the Aranese is still there. You could, I guess, run with Fire Archon if you wanted to. Next mod you're going to have Groot, Razorwood. He's going to have to get thrown in there somehow. So it's really dealer's choice on that. For the rings and stuff that I run a bold, not a bold, I run a Fierce Neck 4, and I've been running a Grave Striker 4 and another Grave Striker 4, even though they don't stack, I know that. But I've just been running it on there just because it's just easy. For the enchantments I've been running in here, I've been running 6 rank 14 Gigantics. That's pretty much it. If you have any questions, feel free to ask, comment, or talk to me in Discord.